All right. Three, two, one, go.
Okay, so this is Ease 3, Wanderers from Ease. My name is JoeTronicX3, and I am the runner of this game. I'm not going to be doing too much commentary in this run because there are some specific points in this game where I do need to focus pretty hard. But Hollow is going to be doing most of the commentary here. So take it away, Hollow.
Yep. Hello everyone. So here we have East 3 Wanderers from East. If you know the East series at all, then you'll know that immediately this is quite the departure from the normal aesthetic for the series. Normally the games are top-down, where you see Adol moving around quite quickly and just making his way through the world. This is a game more akin to Zelda 2, in that it's a side-scroller, beat-em-up, RPG fusion. So here in this first town, we're just gonna go through the opening cutscene. On English, it's about a minute 45, as opposed to Japanese. Japanese text in this game saves a considerable, somewhere around 2 to 3 minutes. And it also has some considerable advantages. For example, some of these dialogue boxes you can instantly advance through, as opposed to watching them scroll out like this. So, the characters we see here are Adol, Dogi, and Elena. Adol is the main series protagonist, and is in almost every single East game, who's just a swordsman with a penchant for wanderlust. So now, Joe is making his way to the shop, buying a medicinal herb to prepare for the next area. He's also going to make his way to the armor shop and buy the first sword, armor, and shield. So this first part of the game is immediately interrupted with a 3-minute grind session. This game and a lot of other these games are very notorious for how difficult their enemies are, and even how difficult bosses can be, and actually make it impossible to hit bosses if you don't have enough levels or damage. So this first part of the run, he's going to be grinding up 600 experience points. You can see the experience underneath the health bars, and he needs the 600 XP to reach level 3. So, with that out of the way, all the story triggers hit. He's making his way to Tigray Quarry, where he will enter the first dungeon of the game. Before entering the dungeon, he's going to make sure to save, because this grinding can be very scary. He's going to be killing these ants and sometimes the bees that fly overhead, and he's going to be doing that until he reaches 600 EXP. So I suppose now would be a good time to talk about Adol's moveset. Adol can attack in a few different ways. He has his normal standing slash, which hits in vaguely an arc in front of him. We'll talk a bit more about the specifics of it later. He has this crouching stab that you're seeing him use on these ants. He also has a jump slash and a down stab akin to Link's from Zelda 2. This overall, Adol can hit most things pretty easily with this, but as I'm sure you're no doubt seeing, these hitboxes are quite special. So, another thing to mention, as I've been noticing people in chat point out, this is a Nihon Falcom game, and as such, the music is beautiful. They're one of the first developers to have a dedicated sound team, and it really shows in these games. So every time that Joe gets to low HP, he's going to be stepping outside the mines to just recharge his health. So that ring counter he has is equivalent to MP. It's essentially just there to be the gating factor for how much you can use your magic rings later on. By the way, I will be answering any questions from chat, so if you have any, just make sure to ask, and I will get to as many as I can.
So if you don't mind, I'd like to talk a little bit about how I got into speedrunning this.
Go ahead.
So, this was one of my favorite RPGs as a child. It's one of the only RPGs I really enjoy playing still from my childhood. But I've always wanted to speedrun it, but I never really tried. And I saw someone that was running this game named Z-Wing, who had a time around 1 hour and 40 minutes. And I was interested in that run, and I talked to him about it, and he helped me get into running this game. And after a few weeks, I was able to take the world record from him, and I got a 1:38:09. And I quit running this game for a while after that, and then a runner by the name of Cryptoid came back, rerouted the entire game, and got a 1:27:59. And I got back into this game 2 weeks ago to try and get the record back, and I tied his time.
So, to answer your question, Rexius, this game does not have RNG manipulation. There was a tasser by the name of Korzik who attempted to find some, but it was entirely unmanipulatable.
You want to talk a little bit about the power ring here?
Yes. So the power ring that he's getting here is probably the most important piece of equipment for the entire run. I think it around doubles your current attack power, which will allow you to hit some things while you're quite underleveled.
Nice, got it.
Right. Oh, nice. So right there, what he did was what I've been calling an iframe walk. So when he attacks an enemy, there's a certain window where the enemy's hitbox disappears due to invulnerability, and he can just walk straight through the enemy. So this item fair, I have heard it brought up many times that it is basically the Super Metroid.
It is. There's no...
I actually, I have a friend in music studies, and according to him, it's about somewhere around 45% different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's still like...
It
you can
sounds
still
similar.
hear it.
It's in a different key. Let's see. There was another question I saw in here.
Go ahead and answer that one. That's like, what are rings?
Oh yes. So the rings are essentially magic. You will find rings throughout the dungeons, and they will all give you some pretty powerful effects. This one, like I said, doubles your power and makes you hit more for more damage. Certain bosses and enemies in this game all require you to have a certain attack power before you can deal any damage. Another thing to bring up is, you'll notice that he's trying to jump down all these downslopes. A lot of these are, well, for whatever reason, walking down downslopes is actually a lot slower. Adol's speed gets drastically reduced when he walks down them. So, in order to save time, Joe's going to be jumping down them. And now we've made it to the first boss, Doolin. Doolin's got a few attacks. He can fire these fireballs or shoot these knives.
Nice.
You do not want to seize that teleport. Oh man, that was a good fight.
He almost killed me there.
Yes, but you didn't have to use the herb.
No, I did not, thankfully.
So, that teleport can cause contact damage, and contact damage is absurd. So now he is making his way through the rest of the mines and back down to the next boss. East story up to this point, you'd have to find a synopsis. There's a lot that's happened. Yeah, I apologize about that one. The short answer is Adol and Dogi go on an adventure and end up saving the world. So yeah, now he's making it back down to where that miner was getting harassed. Yeah. Also, at the end of that previous boss fight, he picked up the longsword, which is a pretty considerable damage boost.
Talk about Siren.
Oh, yes. So, this next boss is Siren. She has two attacks. One where she can fire out these 3 sonic waves, and one where she can do a big bolt of lightning. You want the sonic waves because it's a lot faster and easier to dodge, and getting those will allow you to get a faster cycle.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can do it.
One very important thing that you'll be seeing here is that Joe is going to be doing 2 attacks in the air every single time, because for whatever reason the boss's hitbox disappears after 1 hit.
That is unfortunate.
Oh no.
Wow.
Siren's not having any of it.
That's fine. She's dead now. So explain the double flashes.
Yes. Yeah, I just did.
Oh,
The boss's hitbox disappears after you attack it once, so every time he was attacking, he was doing a down stab on the way down so that he could make the boss's hitbox reappear. Another thing was, what was I gonna say? Yeah, RPG fan brought it up, but all of these bosses have different names. A lot of them are never brought up in this version, so there's a lot of fan names. Like for this one, it's Siren, but we call it Elfale. Well, not Elfale. That's the real name of it. And now we rescue the mayor. Woo. Anything else? Oh yeah, so now that we've rescued the mayor, Joe's gonna head back to town and return the necklace that he found in the mines to the grandmother of the owner. And that's going to get him the defense ring. Or I think it's the shield ring in this version.
Yeah. Or, well, it might be defense ring. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't exactly know all the Japanese, the English names. A lot of them we're just used to from the Japanese.
Yeah, shield ring.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep calling it defense ring because that's what I'm used to.
Go for it. Doesn't really matter. It's a ring that gives you armor.
It's a ring that doubles your defense, makes you take much less damages.
So, the shield ring is going to be extremely important for this next part of the run.
Yes. So now we get to the grind part 2. So this next dungeon is the Urn Ruins, and there's a specific enemy in there that spawns infinitely, and you get to see Adol's greatest secret technique.
I still have
So
an herb.
you- Yeah, you didn't use it on Siren.
No, I didn't.
That's good. Yeah. Well, that's free money,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. So there he recharged his ring power, and now he's going to be getting upgraded armor so that he takes less damage from the upcoming grind.
An unneeded talk to of the guard. Can't have a run without one of those. Alright.
So now he's saving right outside the dungeon because whatever he does, he cannot get hit by these guys more than once. If he does, he'll take too much damage and won't have enough HP to get enough experience.
I took one hit.
That should be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. So this is why we got the shield ring.
And now you get to see Adol's most powerful technique, the upstab for great justice. Oh man. I wish other games had upstabs this great. So these owls will constantly respawn and ram their face into your upstab. And you just sit here and get experience. You want to, if you'll notice that he's walking in and out of the room every now and then. That's because as he kills these owls, their spawns get staggered. And eventually he starts taking more damage than he'd like to per cycle. Optimally, you want it to only take 1 to 2 damage per cycle. Maximum of around 3. If it gets to any more than that, you want to reset the room because you're taking too much damage.
Thankfully, I could just hold the button. If I had to mash, that would be...
From what I've seen, a lot of people use this as a grinding spot casually. You can actually grind from level 4 to level 16, which is the maximum.
Yeah.
And you can just get it all here. This is one of the most convenient grinding spots in the game. And eventually you're going, you can stop equipping this defense ring because you'll only be taking 1 damage. But not during this grind. Right now he's trying to get up a little over 6,000 before he heads back to town to restock.
I don't think I'm gonna make it though, because of that hit.
The end goal is 9,000 experience.
Yeah. So, I guess something I could explain right now is why I'm grinding. So, they made this game based off of attack power. And bosses have a specific defense power. If my attack power is not over the boss's defense power, I can't deal damage to them. So the game forces you to grind to be able to deal any sort of damage to bosses.
Again, if anyone has any questions, please be sure to let me know in chat, so I can make sure I can answer them for you.
My health is way lower than I want it to be.
Yeah, on his way back, he's got to do the crouch stab to kill these mages because getting hit here would probably mean that the grind was a waste, and he's got to reload the save. These mages have an extra special hitbox. Oh boy. For whatever reason, the hitbox is much more enormous on the right-facing side.
My favorite Ys game of all time. This one.
Ys stands for Ys. It's just YS. That's the name of the ancient continent. And yes, FF3 Lock, this is in fact an SNES game. Let's see, so this is a good time to bring it up. There's another version of this game called Ys: The Oath in Felghana. You can find it on Steam or PSP, and it's a 3D remake in the style of Ark of Nephistium or Ys Origin. So it has generally the same story. It has a couple of extra bosses, but it plays like the newer, more advanced Ys games.
2 for 2.
Yeah. For that first mage, as he's coming in, there's something that he's attempting called Mage Skip, where he just attempts to use iframes to walk through the mage. Getting back to the grind.
Thankfully,
like I said, he needs...
we're not going to have to leave again.
So after he finishes this grind, he's going straight to the next area. Yeah. What RPG fan said, Oath in Felghana is considered the canon story for this title. So, in Oath in Felghana, there would normally be another boss up here, Chester. He's the main antagonist you've seen up to this point. He was kind of a jerk to you in the mines, and in Oath in Felghana, you'd fight him coming up here. But in this version, he's mainly just a plot element. He doesn't actually fight you. And yes, you need to grind here because, as we explained before, if he doesn't have enough attack power, he can't damage bosses at all.
Max level is 65,500.
65,535.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that's one of the technical maximums in SNES games. I don't remember the exact reason, but the SNES can only calculate up to that high. Yeah, you haven't used the herb yet until that. No. Okay. So, normally for those jackal-headed enemies with the whips, he would, like he's doing now, he would switch on the defense ring so that he only takes 1 to 2 damage walking by them. Normally, you would get hit twice by them, and every single hit deals 7 damage. Now he's just trying to make it past these scarabs without taking too much damage. 1 hit, it's really good.
Oh! 3 for 3. Let's go.
Oh, you got all 3 mage skips?
We're going for 4 for 4.
Oh man. Alright, and then this is the small shield. It's what allows him to do more grinding later on without taking any damage.
I'm feeling lucky on this one. Yeah!
Yo, 4 for 4 mage
Alright.
skip. The run is real.
So,
Oh.
mage skips. I want to say they have 2 frames to get. Other than that, you take contact damage, which I believe is 13 at this level.
It's quite a bit. It's a large portion of your health, and you really don't want that.
Yeah. I have the health to give here, which is why I was doing it. But otherwise, I wouldn't go for it.
Also, thank you, Svankinson, for the knowledge bomb. Apparently, 65,535 is because it's 256 times 256 minus 1, which is exactly 16 bits.
Oh, well. That's actually really interesting to know.
Yeah, it makes sense because this is a 16-bit console.
Yeah.
Also, there's never been an English version of. If you want to talk to someone about East 5, there is a member of our East Community Discord that does run it, well, has run it in the past, and you can get in contact with him. The TAS hits max level at the beginning of the run because he's playing on the Genesis version, and the Genesis version has different glitches. So now he's in Lava Zone, with arguably the best music in the game. And
hitboxes, how do they work?
Firebirds being absolute jerks. So in one of the previous rooms, he had an infinite spawn of medicinal herbs to get him back to full health. And this room right here really shows off the whole slope jumping. So this next box is Guylan, and he is absolute RPG incarnate. He can just decide to not let you hit him, because he's a dragon that will decide to have his hitbox be not near you at all. I'm gonna give Joe some quiet time here, because this fight's hard as hell.
Come on. This isn't good. No, okay. That's fine.
So this boss is the reason why the estimate is what it is. This boss can just decide to take forever because he just doesn't want to give you a pattern that's beatable.
Awful start already. Wow. Alright. I actually kind of expected this. Wow, none of that hit. That's actually kind of crazy. All right. So the main cause of this issue is my health. So I got trolled really hard in the rooms before this, which is really unfortunate. So I'm gonna take a different approach to this. Didn't think he would turn around. That's really bad. He's being a huge troll right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. Wow.
Yeah, this is just something that can happen with this boss. And it's really unfortunate that it's about halfway, well, about a third of the way through the run.
Yeah, the troll is being real right now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest issue with this boss is the hitboxes. His hitbox is impossible.
Yeah. We mentioned before that hitboxes are really special in this game. So sometimes his hitbox is just nowhere to be found.
Also, I would just like to point out that Fiesel did say you promised to put us ahead of schedule after this game. So, no pressure.
Thanks. No pressure. I didn't promise, though. He's lying.
I don't think Fiesel would lie about something like that.
I said I could put us ahead of schedule. Alright, he despawned himself. That's actually really nice. And I didn't get the hit, so it doesn't matter.
Just occasionally the boss will decide to despawn and go back to his starting position.
Wow. This is actually awful. I wish I had more health than this. Really?
So, would you guys mind if I put in a couple of cheap plugs while we're playing Find the Hitbox here?
Go ahead.
All right, everybody. While we're sitting here waiting for this Volvagia lookalike to cooperate with us and allow us to kill it, I do want to point out that if you like all the VODs you have been seeing so far here on the stream, that all of these VODs will be posted to the Speed Gaming YouTube channel. So !VOD in the chat will get you to that, not a problem. And now Fiesel's calling me out in the chat.
This boss has been nice to me all day, except for right now.
I think you mean except for when I've been watching. Gotta remember, I'm the bringer of bad luck.
Worst part is this is the only roadblock in the run. Oh, okay.
All right. Hey,
I
now
had to
Guyland's
play it
down.
so safe.
Hey, it worked. All right, congrats, dude.
That was like
good.
a 30-50 chance or 30-70 chance to hit his hitbox there, and I got the roll.
So, yeah. All right. So now that he's out of the way, we can make our way back to Urn Castle. I suppose I should probably mention this now because it probably played a little bit of a factor. The hitbox on the sword is really strange. Whenever he attacks, there's 3 sprites of where the sword is, and that's where damage is dealt. Those 3 sprites, nothing in between. So sometimes, depending on angles, it just might pass through it. Nothing you can do about it. So now he's going back to this medicinal herb, healing up and getting ready to make his way back out of the volcano.
Alright, I'm so happy to be done with that boss. Probably lost about 7 minutes there though. If the run goes well, I could probably get like a 138 though. Still not bad. Unless I take a ton of damage. This isn't a good start. I think I'm gonna save just so I never have to fight him again.
Yes, that's probably for the best.
Because if I die in any of these screens, that would be awful. I wasn't planning on saving here, but I also wasn't planning on spending 7 minutes on that fight either.
So upcoming is probably it's the only really big skip in the game. It skips about 2 minutes of cutscene, and it's probably one of the easiest cutscene skips I've seen in most any video game. For those comparing this to Lagoon, Lagoon was actually released as an East clone of sorts. Alright? And there's the cutscene skip. He just jumped in the opposite direction. Skipped 2 minutes of cutscene. Probably more in English.
Yeah, definitely more in English.
And now he's going off to fight the dragon for whatever reason. I think its name is Gyalva in Oath in Felgana. He's sort of blocking the way out for the lava zone.
I did not save. My ring power is pretty low. I'm gonna have to get a God Wyvern fight. Oh, maybe not.
You should be fine.
Nice, I got it anyway.
Oh man, that wyvern fight was beautiful.
I've
So these
only seen that pattern 2 other times in my entire time running this game, so
So, these statues that he's been picking up are the plot MacGuffin of this game. Essentially, he's picking up the 4 statues so that he can get the mission tablet, so that he can go to the final boss dungeon.
but that's not Elena.
But wait, that's not Elena.
There she is. Yeah, worst boss and the best boss.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I wouldn't say that's the best boss. The best boss is coming up, though.
Yeah, the best boss. Oh, man. Oh, so the reason why he keeps removing and re-equipping the ring is because he's trying to conserve ring power, which is essentially his mana. You can see it to the right side of the screen underneath his health bar and to the right of his hit point total number. As he has the ring equipped, it slowly drains his ring power, and he really needs to conserve it. The only other way to get ring power back is by killing enemies or using an item that I believe you unlock here in a little bit. Now that he's back in Redmont, he's going to be making his way into the Tigray Quarry again to go into the Cursed Mine, where he will be picking up the next major plot MacGuffin. That item right there is the time ring. You won't see it in this speedrun, and for the most part it's relatively useless, but there's some borderline uses for it that can be used if you can manage a few frame window several times in a row.
Back to grinding.
Yep, and now... Right, I got ahead of myself a little bit. Next is... Grind Part 3.
The final grind.
Yes. If you'll notice, his experience points are currently at 11,000. He's going to be making it go up to 41,000. Because he has so much defense from the items he has now, he can actually tank the owls without taking more than 1 damage each. And if he equips the power ring, he can destroy them all in a single upstab.
I'm a beast.
Yo, mage skip. All of these mage skips, though.
That's
Haven't
the
missed-
only, like, upside of this run.
And now he holds up stab and kills owls until he hits 30,000 XP. This is the true grind of the game.
Yeah.
We were looking at the task a bit, and it looks like there's some optimizations that aren't in the current route yet. For example, he could cut out, I don't know exactly how much experience, but cut out some here and grind later on in the mountains. But it would involve taking more damage or trying to use the iframe trick to skip through more enemies or other stuff. It would basically just mean the route's a lot more dangerous. But for now, he's just going to be killing these owls until he gets 41,000 experience.
I'm getting really bad owl luck, though. I've already taken 3 damage again. Wow.
So, yeah. During this part, we'll be taking more chat questions. Just in general, anyone has questions, we're willing to answer them about the game. That'll be important. That is actually, I believe that's actually the Genesis version of East 3. The same game that we're playing, except for the Genesis.
Double.
So Scotimus, the reason for this exact amount of experience is because it sets up for him to get max level later on in the game without him doing any more grinding after this. Yes, Retro TG, we have an East Speedrun Community Discord. If anyone wants to message me on Twitch, I can send you the link to that, and you can get involved in the East Speedrun community. There's tons of people playing these games. Joe's the only one active in there playing this game right now, but I'm planning on learning it at some point too. We got people who have been putting up tutorials for all of the PC games. There's people playing the PSP ones. If you want to join the East community, we're really open, we're really friendly. We just want to see people playing our games. And it's just so much fun to watch these games grow.
And for those of you who are looking for that to message Hollow there, I did go ahead and hit the commentary button so you can find Hollow's Twitch right there and send a message right through there. You can get the access to the Discord.
So, the maximum level here in this game is 16, and that's at 65,535 experience. Oh man. And if nothing else, everyone just keep sending us those owl puns, because it's what makes this part of the run so beautiful.
This is not world record. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Guyland fight took way too long because he just decided to be a jerk forever.
Honestly, I don't really blame him as much as I blame the stage. The Firebirds are complete RNG as well, if they're going to continue spawning in front of you and hitting you, or if they're going to spawn behind you and chase you through the entire screen. And one of them just didn't want to give up.
He's not trying to max out his experience right now, because that would just take too long. From a metric I've found, it's like half an hour to reach max level, just sitting here spamming up stab. And of course you're taking some safety measures, going back and healing. So now he's got 30,000, he's gonna head back to town and restock.
I'm going for it.
Oh man, let's see it.
Ah, I
Rest
didn't
in
get it.
peace. Oh man, no longer perfect on mage skips. Oh wait, no, you're not restocking, you're just healing, right?
I got that one though.
Yep. Oh man, dang, that one missed mage skip was so close.
That's the second to last one in the run.
Yep.
It's
So
unfortunate.
because of how high level he is and because of how much defense he has, all these enemies will only deal 1 damage to him.
Oh my god.
These Alpuns are beautiful. Thank you so much, chat.
I'm so glad this is happening. It's making me feel better for that guy that fights.
I'm just disappointed you guys aren't getting in on the puns.
I'm bad at puns.
I never thought about making any owl puns.
You're sitting here stabbing owls for 20 minutes and you don't think of making owl puns?
No, it's upsetting, but no.
Oh.
I can't believe you haven't done this yet.
No, that was awful.
I know. I can't. I'm not good at puns. I'm sorry. It's what all my roommates are for.
You couldn't even wing it once?
Oh my gosh. That's... Alright, yes. That's good. That's good.
We're getting close to the end of the grind now.
Yeah.
Which means, unfortunately, these Alpuns are going to have to come to a close pretty soon. Let's see.
Don't worry. I'll be back to the owls one more time. On a different marathon. Or the same one next year.
Yes, and next year you have an entire list of owl puns ready to go, and
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
still gonna beat you to them.
You know, by next year, we might not even be able to do this grind anymore. We might be grinding somewhere else. Who knows?
Oh, well, no, we do owl grind once.
Who knows? We might go full TAS. Gotta go perfect iframe walkthroughs on every enemy.
And next year there's gonna be a race. We know where the pecking order is.
Alright.
Okay, I'll stop now.
We're just about there. And there we go. That is the last time we were grinding this entire run. From now on, we're just gonna be going through this game as quickly as possible.
Are you going for the last mage skip?
Yeah. Wait, I can't. Wait, yes I can. Hold
Oh
on.
wait.
Oh, I didn't get it. I went for the frame perfect one without the,
Got the invulnerability.
yeah.
Alright. So now it's off to the Cursed Mines. Before he goes, he's going to be picking up 2 pieces of armor from the shop and then leaving town. From that grind, he has just enough money to buy both of these. It costs 22,000 to buy both, and as you can see, the money he has is not very much left over.
Owlful games done. Oh my goodness.
Best part of any marathon.
As much as I would love for this game to be at a GDQ just once, I don't think it ever will. Just because the grind and just Guiling himself.
Yeah. Although I think if you had a save past Guyland, it might be fine. But who knows? I don't know how the GDQ submissions works.
All I know is if you get into GDQ, you're gonna have to have some sort of puns ready to go because that's all it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to have a piece of paper right next to me with like 30 owl puns just ready.
Just ask Bro Sencha to help, you'll be fine.
So you're gonna see me use the defense ring a couple of times in this area. Even though I'm extremely over leveled for this place, those plants still do 13 damage per hit, and they can hit up to 3 times. So I want to be careful of that. So do you want to explain how hard this next boss coming up is?
Oh man, it's probably the most difficult in all video games. I mean... Well, really though, if you tank hits, he can be really dangerous if you don't have the defense ring on, but other than that, he's... All joking aside, he's pretty simple. So right there was a pretty small text skip. If you went around from the left, you'd have to talk to those 2 guys over there, but if you go around from the right, you skip their dialogue for whatever reason.
Lagoon was in GDQ, but how much grinding is in Lagoon?
Decent amount. I don't think it's 18 minutes, but it's up there. It's probably like 8 or so. Uncertain. It's been a while since I've seen a Lagoon run.
Alright.
Because of all the grinding, he doesn't really care about most of the normal enemies here. The only ones of any consequence are the plants that deal a bunch of damage. And even then, he's not really putting on defense ring for too many of them.
I'm gonna need to focus here. Okay, I got him.
Yeah. So that boss, you just literally stand in his hitbox and smash him in the face. Yeah, I got nothing else other than that. It's just put on the defense ring and hit him. If you don't have the defense ring on, you can die there, and you most likely will, because he out-damages you. So he's putting on the defense ring here because there's some that just can't be avoided if you want to get back up.
Alright. We're just about through.
Also, that plant is undodgeable for whatever reason. What's up next? Next is the Elder Mountains, where you'll be meeting up with Dogi again. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but Dogi is Adol's wall-punching partner. In the first several East games, Dogi gets Adol out of several binds by running in and punching down walls. In this game, he's a lot more reserved, a lot less pompous, and generally has a lot less personality, but he's still there, still helps out. So now he's gonna go up after talking to the mayor and try and find Dogi and his master. I'm not sure if I mentioned, well, I did mention it before, but for anyone that missed it, the reason why he was jumping down all the downslopes is because for whatever reason they made it so that when you walk down a downslope you get slowed down. And I can't tell who's asking it, but whoever's asking about if you would still be out damaged if you had the power ring equipped. Yes, you would. That boss deals so much contact damage. Just can't really deal with it.
That boss can 3-shot you without the defense ring.
Yeah. And what would be cool to do power ring strats and beat them up faster? It's not feasible.
I think I'm gonna go for it. Shieldless.
There you go.
Shield ringless.
Okay. Yeah. So in these upcoming caves, there's a strat where you can jump over these really hard-hitting enemies. Instead of putting on the shield ring or the defense ring and just face tanking them. So Joe's going to be going for the defense ringless strat and see if he gets it.
I should have safetied there, but I didn't. That was risky.
So now he's talking to Dogi and his master. This area also counts as a safe area, so he gets a free heal. And now he's making his way to the next boss, the Harpy.
So Harpy can go one of two ways. Harpy can save time, or Harpy can lose time. There's no other way. There is a way to die to Harpy. It hasn't happened to me in a while, but contact damage will do a quarter of your health.
Also, this spot around here is where, in the tasks, they do their first grind, where they repeatedly kill one of those jumping enemies over and over.
And I got the god pattern, so
Nice.
well, close enough.
Alright. Well, you got a really good pattern there. You were able to mostly just upstab underneath her, and it worked out.
So you'll know you got the good pattern if Harpy goes right. But whenever Harpy goes left, you have to do jump slashes, and Harpy's hitbox is huge. For your character's hitbox, not for your sword.
The hurt box, rather.
Yeah.
Where it will deal damage to you.
And I almost always take 3 contact damage hits from Harpy if I get right pattern.
So that Staff of Judgment is what will allow him to enter the ice cave right up here. And coming up very, very shortly is another boss. The Ice Dragon, Gildius.
I'm gonna go for it for a minute or so, but if it looks bad, I'm not gonna continue. I'll just defense ring.
This jump strat is very dangerous and very scary. All these enemies deal so much damage.
That was solid. I'm not gonna save because this boss is pretty simple.
Making it through that defense ringless is with about half health is really nice.
Okay, good fight.
Nice. Here we are introduced to Chester, who's all like, dude, give me those statues you've been collecting. I gotta take them and give them to the main bad guy.
So now we're gonna get real talk from Chester here, and we're gonna find out why he's trying to summon the final boss, Galbalan. If you don't know the storyline, and if the text is going a little too fast, Chester saw his parents die. The people that he's siding with, they caught his city on fire and killed his parents. And him and his sister were the only ones to survive. So he's trying to summon Galbalan to get revenge on them so they all die. Even if it means other people die in the world.
And Galbalan's essentially a demon god of some sort. I don't remember exactly how he's portrayed in this game, but both in Felghana, he's what's known as Black MLS. And just essentially makes him a demon god. So now he gets teleported back to town, where, oh no, something is different.
Catch you later, Greenleaf.
Yeah.
Alright. So do you want to talk about Vales Castle here a little bit before I get to
Yeah. So, Vales Castle here is full of traps and just generally really scary enemies. So, in the first few rooms, he's going to be seeing these gold knights that are... They deal like 20 damage or so a hit, and that's a huge chunk out of his health bar. So, every time he sees a gold knight and has to go near one, he's going to be putting on the defense ring to make sure he only takes a couple of damage. There's also really big traps in Vales Castle, and this is where the only major use of the time ring is in the run. If you were to use it, there's a couple frame trick at every single trap where you can skip it. I'm not entirely sure how it works because I haven't learned it, but it allows you to skip the traps without waiting for their cycles.
I'm not gonna do it because it's extremely risky. And I'd rather not die in this place.
Yeah, the traps deal so much damage. It's better
100 damage
to,
a hit.
Yeah, so it's better just to let them do their animation and walk through after they're no longer there.
Okay, here we go.
And these bugs in the sewers can hit you if you don't know the timing yet, but other than that, it's pretty simple to just jump over them.
Okay, so I'm gonna save right here.
Yeah, just to be safe for these gold knights. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about that fourth ring he picked up. That's the healing ring. It drains your ring power to heal you about as fast as healing outside of combat and outside of dungeons would. And yes, welcome to what is arguably the other best song in the game, Vales Castle.
I went for a risky gold knight skip, and I didn't get it.
Those gold knights deal about 60-ish, 55-ish damage. There's nothing you can do about it if you get hit. So he has to just put on the defense ring and dodge them. Or just run through them with the defense ring. Like we said, all of these traps deal about 100 damage. So there is no chance that he wants to get hit by these. How many East games are there? There's quite a few. There's also a lot of remakes of them. So it's kind of hard for me to exactly judge how many East games there are. Not including like past versions of games and only the most recent ones, it is 8 games. 9 games. Yeah, 9. So that shield right there is the best shield in the game, the battle shield. It's not going to be equipping it immediately because it's not necessary.
Focus time. Flail Knight. Undoubtedly the easiest boss in the game. So actually no focus time at all.
So...
Oh! I actually died to him. I was
What?
too close. I didn't think I was too close because he wasn't like hitting me that much.
I've never seen a death to fail the night before.
Wow. That is rare. Okay, I am changing his split name from Fail Knight to God Knight. Wow. That's new.
Yeah, no. That Fail Knight was a god. Or Flail Knight. I can't call him a fail anymore. He did his job.
He actually did his job. That
No,
is the
Lyricus, I
first
refuse to
time
say that.
and the only time I will ever die to that boss. That is crazy. Well, I guess nerves are there. It wouldn't have been as bad if I had Battle Shield equipped. I wouldn't have died. But I don't equip it there because it wastes one inventory. Whenever I can just equip it whenever I get the battle armor as well.
And then there's the battle armor, the best armor in the game, and now he's going to be equipping both of his pieces of armor and taking significantly less damage from most everything.
Okay, so this next boss coming up. Undoubtedly the heaviest hitter in the entire game.
Yes, this next boss will hit you for most of your health if you let him just wail on you. And even then,
I've never survived this fight with more than 30 health. Wow, great start. And that is why. Bad RNG.
yeah, sometimes he just jumps through your hitbox several times instead of just letting you attack him. Yeah, he'll either jump with this pounce or he'll stand there and shoot a flamethrower at you.
Wow. Okay, he's gonna be that kind of guy. There we go.
Alright. And he goes down. Alright. So now after this upcoming cutscene, he is going to be entering Clock Tower.
Well, not yet. I still have to fight Blue Knight.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
It
I
happens.
forgot. You can call this game good because it has a good soundtrack, and honestly, from the very, very little I've played, it controls pretty well. But the big issues are just the stuff that's out of player control. And besides, the music is what makes the game, in this case. Like, the music is just so good. And now we have Blue Knight. Something interesting that was found out about this boss, well, at least for us not too long ago, is that if you jump over him, he teleports back to that bubble. And then there's Blue Knight. Yep, he gets the prison key, and now we get to go save prisoners and get whatever items that they're gonna give us.
Yo, Grayson, thanks, man.
The item get fanfare is very similar to this, to Metroid's, but it's got a lot of differences. It's based on what I've been told. It's different enough to be considered two separate tunes.
All right, here we go. Clock tower.
Yep. Oh, man. Whatever reason, this level always reminds me of a Metal Morph level. It's so many pipes.
Oh, wow, I fell. That's bad.
Oh no. Yeah. This is probably the most vertical section of the entire game. So he's got to be careful while going around so as to not fall like he just did. Then there's the Flame Sword, the best weapon in the game.
I'm gonna instantly equip it because I'm going to need it. And I missed the jump. Twice.
So that room right there is actually where one of the tasks we saw grinds, which is entirely improbable RTA. It requires you to hit all the enemies and walk through all of them during their iframes to not take damage. Just generally not possible in an RTA setting.
So
sorry, go ahead.
that was all the revenge, or that was our revenge for all the damage we took from the Gold Knights.
Yeah. So that protect ring that he picked up is an invulnerability ring. It drains your ring power very, very fast, but it also turns you invulnerable for the duration.
It's useful for one boss.
Yes.
Well, two, but...
Two.
Oh wait, I equipped the wrong item. Oh! I'm glad I saved. I've never seen that.
Wow, that was great.
Thankfully not the biggest time loss in the world, but
Because
it's...
they've so close to him.
So this is where the protection ring comes to use.
You just walk through him, get to the other side, and just mash him in the back where he can't hit you.
Okay, he's about dead. Wrong ring. There we go.
And then that's Garland. Yeah. And now he's at max level. That boss gave him just enough XP to get to max level before the final boss dungeon. And then here we have Big Bad realizing that what he's done is wrong and just apologizing to us.
And there's the last statue.
Just imagine if we could quick swap rings. That would be the greatest.
I believe that is actually a thing in the PlayStation 2 version.
Oh.
But I don't know about Genesis. I know there's a quick turn on and turn off on the Genesis, but that's about it.
And there we see where the entire budget of the game went. That falling animation.
The best animation in this entire game.
Yep. All of Elena's animations are so much better than everyone else's.
And we're about to pass world record.
By world record.
Which is fine, because there's only about 6 minutes left in the run. So... well, it depends, I guess. Did I use my herb?
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna check. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's best to check. It only
Yeah.
loses a second. I didn't want to go
Didn't want
back.
to repeat of that other run I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need an herb going into this next dungeon. Otherwise, it's very possible to get bodied at the final boss. It's not that she doesn't have blue hair, it's that she's not adventure. That's
World record's already gone.
yeah, world record ended about 2 minutes ago. Part of that's also just because of text speed. Like we said, that's 2 to 3 minutes of just time loss because all of these menus take forever. Oh yeah, that Brosha's secret medicine is essentially a mana potion. It has 3 charges and will restore a certain amount of mana. I'm not entirely sure how much, but it will come in handy very soon here.
Also, this cutscene, you know, it's pretty sick as well.
Yeah, this boat cutscene was pretty well done, I think.
Alright, this can't be world record, but this might be the old world record. Which is kind of sad, because I'm pretty sure my old world record was deathless.
Time to bop past Joe. So in this area, you're supposed to have an item turned on that illuminates the area, but if you have it memorized, it's just slower to turn it on, as with most games of this type. And for whatever reason, they just decided, let's make the elevators to just show up anyways, because they're not gonna walk in here without the torch on.
That's the
No way.
only reason doing this is
Yep.
actually possible. By the way, I was falling. And I'm falling.
Yep.
Cool.
Thankfully, unlike Zelda 2's pitch black sections, there's not much platforming to do while you're walking through. Now it's up to the penultimate boss. Just run
So,
some step code.
this is why we get the protection ring.
Yep. This is Dark Garland.
I got the god fight.
Oh man. And then that's protection ring, folks. Alright.
Now we're full health with an herb. This could be a really good Galbalan fight.
Yeah. Full health with an herb with, I think, some necklace charges too.
I already used all the necklace charges,
Oh, was
but
okay. Yeah, sorry. It looked like he had some. My bad. So yeah, now you've got an herb going into this fight. Which, oh man, that's real good.
yeah. Christmas. Whenever I first started running this game, that was my split's name, was Christmas 1 and Christmas 2.
Seriously, look at those animations on Elena compared to everything else in this game.
Dude, Chester's just like stone cold, man.
Yep. He doesn't care about animations, he don't need them.
Alright, so the final boss. He has a couple of attacks. So before I destroy his hands, he's gonna be shooting like balls of lightning at me, I guess. Very easy to dodge. And then after destroying his hands, his first attack is he's gonna open up and he's gonna shoot like a huge lightning bolt out of his core. And it's gonna travel across the ground. It only does 25 damage. So it's not that scary. And then his other attack is he slams down onto the ground and charges at you, which contact damage, that can do, I think, 100 damage. And then just hitting his core with your body alone does 100 damage per hit. So I'm gonna ask for some focus time here. That's unfortunate. Okay, I took quite a bit of damage. Thought I had enough health for a contact hit, but I didn't.
Dang. Oh man, that was so close.
I should have herbed.
Yeah, so the ground is moving up and down, and he has to jump off the ground as it moves to its point to hit the hands early. If he doesn't do that, then it slows down the fight tremendously.
Much better.
Yeah, that first phase looked real good. Wow, that last hit stolen.
Unfortunate. Okay. I didn't beat my old world record, but this run wasn't completely awful. Or what am I kidding? This was awful. I died on everything I didn't expect to, except for Guylan. He did exactly what...
Did you just take damage after the boss was dead?
Did I?
Hey, you took damage after the boss died.
Alright.
I mean, you still get sub-Zwing.
Actually, I don't think I do.
Oh no, because English text.
English text is gonna kill it.
I think English text just ruined the sub-Zwing. But yeah, that's the end of the combat in the game. Time isn't done until he loses control at the end. Yeah.
At the end of the bridge, whenever Dogi talks to me. If I... Yeah, this can't be it. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no. English text is too slow for the sub-Zwing.
World record for owl puns, yes.
Yes.
This was...
This is the most concentrated owl puns in any stream ever.
Good job, guys. We all got a world record.
Yep.
We all pitched in for it. We all got it.
It was quite a hoot working with you guys. Current world record in this game is a tied world record of 127.59 between Joe and I don't remember who else.
Yeah, to tell you how bad this run was, 127.59, and that can still be lowered to a 122.50 something. That's my summa best. So yeah, this run, it didn't go as planned. It didn't go very well.
But hey, you beat the game.
I beat the game, and honestly, it was awesome to do this on a marathon. I've always wanted this game to be on a marathon. Just at least once. because I felt like the game had something to show, even if it was just once. And me, Zewing, Cryptoid, we always talked about like AGDQ and stuff like that, and we all came to an agreement that this game would never be accepted into a marathon. So for it to be accepted into this one, that was awesome. So thank you to everybody that decided the games for the marathon.
Guess it's time for some shoutouts now, isn't it? Because we've reached
Just
the end of the
about.
run. Anyone that you want to shout out before we're done?
And that's it. 141-41. Alright. I'm not happy with it, but I'll accept it. You know,
Hey,
it's...
The number's the same forward and backwards, at least.
Oh, man.
Oh yes, these wonderful question mark ending screens, I think. Oh man, these ending screens are something.
Yeah. So, I guess, real quick before I leave, I have a couple questions. Number one, did I put us back on track for the marathon? Does anyone know? Because that's still 19 minutes. Did I live to my promise? Will I survive another day?
Schmuckflies gets it. You should have wasted another 25 milliseconds. I'm sorry.
Oh man. And I guess
Go for the.
I'm gonna do some shout outs. So, first off, I want to give a huge shout out to Zewing, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have speedrun this game to begin with. So, shout outs to him. Shout outs to Cryptoid for pushing this game as far down as he did. And shout out to Hollow here. Zewing was supposed to commentate, but like 3 days before my marathon run, he told me that he couldn't do it because of work. So I had to find someone else. And it turns out Hollow wanted to do it, and he learned the run in 2 days. So big shout outs to him. I couldn't have done this without him. And also huge shout outs to the East community and the Mega Man X community. I know both of them are watching.
Yeah, big thanks to Joe here for getting me up to speed with the game in such short notice, giving me his notes, and just helping me with commentary and everything. And yeah, like we said, big shoutouts to the East community. If you ever want to speedrun East games, any of them, East 1 and 2, Oath of Felghana, East 3, either of the older East 4s, East 5 for some reason, if you want to speedrun any of them, please get in contact with us. We got a wonderful group of people who just love to see you guys play our favorite games. If you want to be added to the East Community Discord, please PM me on Twitch and I'll be sure to send you a link. We're real friendly, and we love to watch people grow with these games.
Anything else that you want to say?
No, I think that covers everything.
Alright, then thank you everybody for watching this. That was awesome. Thank you for all the owl puns. I'm gonna steal all of those.
Yeah, we're gonna go back through this VOD, copy all of them, and have a book prepared just in case this gets into a GDQ.
Yeah. That's East 3, so I hope you all enjoyed.
Alright, thank you for the run, guys. Do you mind if we stick around full of questions?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, Joe, do you actually run any other Ease games or have any plans to?
I actually don't run any, but I have plans to run Oath and Felghana and Origins as well.
All right, Oath and Felghana is not a surprise there, and Origins is a very popular game, so I know it runs on the same combat engine that the Oath and Felghana does, and I'm a big fan of Oath and Felghana myself. I haven't played Origins. I played ES3 to death as a kid, but I played the Genesis version, so I'm a little biased there.
Oh.
For the soundtrack on that one. Gotta say, I'm a heathen. I never had it on the Super Nintendo. A lot of people prefer the X6800. How long have you been running this one?
Oh, geez. Off and on for 5 years, actually.
Wow, that is quite a while.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen a run myself, so it was a lot of fun to see, and certainly the owl puns. I've never seen that many owl puns.
Neither have I. That was fantastic.
I had no idea that I would need to have any prepared. It was just sort of a spur of the moment thing. I saw one, I'm like, you know what? Let's roll with this.
Yeah.
They took care of it for you apparently, you know. So
Yep.
now you have a compendium to go on for the future.
Oh, yeah.